I feel like, oh shit, this morning. It's 4:44 already and I've got to start talking. And I don't feel like I'm ready to talk yet. Unlike most mornings when I'm raring to go, this has been a perplexing title that I was given yesterday. I didn't write the blurb until this morning, and I still don't feel like I know how I'm going to put the thing together. But I do feel I'm supposed to talk about this, and so we'll see what happens, because quite honestly, in this moment, I don't know. I'm taking a leap of faith, you might say. The title that I was given yesterday, and I came to the computer and typed it in without a blurb and without clarity as to where it was going to go, is 2012, Greater is the Truth Within Than the Lie Without. We live in a world of appearances, and for many during the awakening taking place, we are realizing that things may not be as they appear. I am learning, however, that what I perceive out there has meaning. It reflects the collective consciousness on the inside, the hidden consciousness, or unconscious. Seeing clearly what's inside is essential. Discerning where we fit individually within the whole is a challenge. Once we recognize that we contain it all, that we are and always have been part of the divine, we can be uplifted by the realization that greater is the truth within than the lie without. And I guess my state of uncertainty this morning reflects what I've been seeing coming back to me in emails and other things happening in the world out there. Some things seem really clear. Some things don't. There's confusion, in other words. And I can take the stance, the confusion isn't mine. I know who I am. And that's true. I have known for a long time that the hand of God, if you will, has been upon me, and the Spirit of God has been working within me and through me, and I have lots of evidence to point to. And yet, when I look at some of the things out there that are going on in the world, the seeming contradictions, if we're awakening, why is there still so much bad stuff happening? And even as I say that, or ask that question, that we all ask that question. Why is all this crap going on? Why is this all so insane? And it's because humanity, we have been on an insane journey. We decided that we were going to see what it would be like to forget who we were, that we had that eternal connection to the divine. And we were going to experience what it would be like to be separated from the divine. So we created a world that would help us have that experience. And we're having it. And we're having it in spades in 2012. As everything seems to be erupting, depending on where you're putting your focus. But at the same time, it's coming together. And it's the paradox of everything being exposed and chaotic, and yet the sense, the underlying sense, that it's all going to be okay. Greater is what's going on inside. even inside of the chaos of the collective, than what appears to be. The lie is losing because we're more aware of it than we've ever been before. We're more aware of the insanity, of the craziness, of the violence. We're more aware of what's wrong than we've ever been before. Boy, my nose itches. I don't know what that's a sign of. And people don't like when I'm scratching it because then they feel like I'm picking my nose. I've been accused of that. But my nose itches. And it's aggravating. Oh, in the moment. What does it mean to be authentic and in the moment? It means to tell the truth. And I've tried to demonstrate that. And for many people, it seems like I'm your best friend. Because I'm giving myself permission to be real, and that gives you permission to be real. To be authentic in a world where we've been taught and trained and unconsciously programmed to put on the happy face or to put on the false face, the mask. And we mistake, so many of us in the world still mistake the mask for who we really are. And the truth of the matter is, we are an experiencer. I'm simply experiencing a phenomena of circumstances and frequencies and perceptions. I'm experiencing that. And what am I going to do with it? What am I going to do with it? When I feel and when I have felt separate, when I have felt alienated, the world doesn't look the same as when I realize that I'm not alienated. And so when I look at the fundamentalists wanting to cut out and judge because they think they know the answers, and they're convinced. I mean, I entered yesterday's video onto the Republic website. When I say the Republic website, I don't mean the official website, I mean the Facebook page. And there was some dialogue that some of the people think that it's the responsibility of the Republic to go on the witch hunt to weed out all of the weeds, to pull the weeds and get rid of them. And I've been doing some weeding in my yard over the past, week, more and more, and pulling weeds. But whose job is it to pull the weeds? I think I know who the good people are and who the bad people are. But when I think I know that, I'm deceiving myself because I can't always see the heart. Sometimes I can, but I can't always see it. And when I'm sitting in judgment on somebody, chances are I'm not seeing deeply enough. I'm not seeing that flame of freedom. I'm not seeing that spark of the divine. I'm not seeing the Christ or the Buddha or the God within the other person. I might say namaste, but I'm not seeing that. And when I'm not seeing that, I'm not honoring their process. But it's not really their process. It's my process too. Because how I respond to it is saying how I am seeing. And greater is he that is in all of us. Greater is the truth within all of us than what appears to be chaotic. The chaos is the lie. The order that's coming out is that we are being shown a picture through our circumstances, through the things that are going on in our lives, individually and collectively. We are given a chance to look at this and to know ourselves. And when we are willing to love, love is my religion. It's the only religion worth having. Forget all the other names. If there's not love in it, it's meaningless. But what is love? What is love? It's recognizing what's in me is in you, and what's in you is in me, and we are one. A whole bunch of us have been deceived by the lie of thinking, well, that's not me. But I am that. I am. Even the part that I don't like. And when I come from that place, that is greater than the lie. That is the truth. I am all of that. I am a perfect microcosm of the macrocosm. I contain everything that I see out there that I like and everything that I see out there that I don't like. There are elements of everything in the creation that are inside of me. And that's the wisdom that God created. That each part would reflect the whole. But waking up to that and recognizing the greater truth of unity over the illusion or the lie of separation, that's the essence. That's the very central theme, the central message of the whole thing. I am you. I am experiencing myself in a multitude of ways, from a multitude of points of view. For me, they are points to view. For you, they are points of view. You see from that place. But I see from all places, because I am in you looking out, just as you are in me looking in. And we reflect each other. And who am I talking? Whose voice am I using? It's not just Ron. It's our collective voice, or the voice of the divine, that is in all of us, that is in each one of us. And we don't have the right to pull weeds or looking at other humans to say they're just a weed. I don't have that right because I don't understand the role that they've been given to play. I think that because my role is this, that everybody else's role is supposed to be the same. That's not true. That's a lie. The greater truth is that all of these pieces work together. All of them. The dark and the light. The apparent good and the apparent evil. And they are not always so clearly defined. There's an awful lot of people that I can perceive that think of themselves as good, and I don't perceive them as good at all. I perceive them as evil. But is that the truth, or is that a lie? Which is it? Are they really evil? It would appear so on the surface. But do I see as God sees? Do I see as the Creator sees? Who looks at the heart of things and only sees his beloved son, his beloved daughter? Do I see as the mother sees? A child that needs nurturing. The truth is, we've all gone astray. We've all gone on to into this journey to the far country where we forgot who we were. And in 2012, we're remembering, unlike we've ever done before. More of us are remembering. Some still are asleep, but many are waking up. And when we remember the thing that we really are, which is love, when we remember that, we have great power to transform the insanity of the world that we live in, and we're doing it. We're accomplishing it. It doesn't matter what it looks like, because what it looks like is everything erupting. But what's really going on is a transformation from the inside out, from inside of humanity, the collective. Individually, we are waking up, and every one of us that wakes up adds that much more light to the whole thing, so that we can perceive our own ignorance of judging each other when we didn't even have all the pieces for ourselves, when we thought that it was just over there but not in here, and we realize, hey, it's in both places. I can see it over there because it's also in here. As I said, I didn't know where I was going to go this morning. I felt unprepared when I started, but this is where Spirit led me. And I'm thankful, because right in this moment now, I'm feeling a bit of a peace, like there really was a message in what I was given. And even though my mind couldn't put it together, my heart knew that the center of it was to love it all. And that's the lie, that we can't love it all, but we must. We must rise above our need to judge and recognize that the true judgment, the only real judgment, must come from a realm that has greater wisdom and greater knowledge than we sometimes manifest, most of the time manifest. And we don't have the right as humans to judge one another. That's why I'm an inclusionist and not an exclusionist, because I realize through my life that when I'm judging someone, I'm judging myself, because that part that I'm disliking in the other is also in me, if I will look closely enough and meditate and contemplate the situation. Thank you so much for listening. I hope your heart is able to rejoice even in the confusion, and that you're willing to be honest with yourself and with others, and not wear masks and not pretend, but simply tell your truth, first to yourself and then to those around you. And I do believe that when we do that, we transform everything, because that is love. Namaste.